Hi, I'm Gary Strigler, and I want to talk for a minute about something that I get asked quite a bit. Now, I can't even believe how great of a shop I have and all the tools and everything that I have, but what I always want to share with people is you don't have to have everything to get started and do some really enjoyable projects. Now let's just say that maybe you've been doing some home repair and carpentry type things, so you've got a lot of the hand tools, you know, drills, some nail guns and stuff, but you'd like to start moving into maybe some cabinetry type projects, maybe even furniture kind of stuff. So what do you need to have to go from that carpenter point into building some cabinets and furniture? Well, the first thing is going to be a really nice table saw, or at least a good accurate table saw. And I would really encourage you to get one of the ones that has its own stand. A lot of them will fold up so that you can, you know, just kind of get them out of the way if your shop is doubling as your garage. And we've already done some videos on making an outfeed table, which is absolutely critical, but your outfeed table doesn't have to be something that's stationary. It can be just a platform that fits on a couple sawhorses. Again, that's something you can put against the wall if you want to. Now, the next thing that I would say, you know, you might already have some kind of a miter saw, but I would try to buy a really nice miter saw, put a very, very good, like a Tenru blade on it, and get some sort of either built-in bench or a stand where you can have a stop that you can make your repeatable cuts. So again, it wouldn't have to be a slide saw, but probably for the most versatility, you'd probably want to get a slide saw. And then the other thing which made such a difference, I can still remember the first one of these I bought, is just a benchtop planer. Benchtop planers are amazing because they have very, very sharp knives that are easy to change. And you know, you can take something that's a little bit rough, run it through that planer and get a very, very smooth finish. One of the most important things for me is to be able to get rid of those saw curse that you have on the edge of a piece of wood when you rip it. And so you can take multiple pieces, turn them up on edge, run them through the planer. You would never get the same kind of finish or edge trying to sand that. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things I want to warn you about. Don't ever try to sand the edge of a board to get a good clean edge, because you're going to round it over and then you can't make a joint. So, you know, I'd probably start out getting the best table saw you can with a really good blade, combination blade, probably a 50-tooth combination blade. Get a miter saw with a really good stand. Of course, build whatever workbench makes sense for you. And then go ahead and invest in a benchtop planer, that one that, you know, most of them are going to be 12 or 13 inch, but buy the best one that you can, because that's something, if you buy a really good one the first time, then you're done. So it's not that hard to make that move from doing carpentry and repair into building some cabinet things. And once you get started, you're probably never going to want to go back. It is so enjoyable to build really nice pieces like that.